James Foster woke up in his bed, his heart pounding as if he'd been running. The room was dark, and the only sound was the faint hum of his bedside clock. Something felt off. He reached for his phone, squinting at the screen. The time read 3:47 a.m. That didn't make sense. The last thing he remembered was checking his phone at 1:22 a.m., lying in bed scrolling through social media before closing his eyes for what felt like just a moment. But now 2 hours had passed. James sat up, rubbing his temples. Maybe he had just dozed off and forgotten. Then his phone buzzed, making him jump. A notification. Missed calls, 12, unknown number. Missed calls, 6, my number. His stomach twisted. He clicked on the call log, dread creeping up his spine. The first few were from an unrecognized number, but then he saw something impossible. He had apparently called himself 6 times between 2:30 and 3:15 a.m. His hands trembled as he pressed the redial button. The line clicked, and for a few seconds there was only silence. Then his own voice came through, hoarse, desperate. "James, wake up. Get out of the house, now!" A sharp noise echoed from downstairs, like a chair scraping against the hardwood floor. James's breath caught in his throat. He wasn't alone. Slowly he slid out of bed, moving toward his bedroom door. As he did, he noticed something else. His closet door, normally shut tight, was slightly open. Then a whisper coming from inside the closet. "Don't let it see you," his own voice. James froze. His breath caught in his throat as the closet door creaked wider, revealing nothing but darkness. A chill ran down his spine. His phone slipped in his sweaty grip as he took a slow step back. The room felt different now, as if something unseen was watching him, waiting. Then the scraping sound came again, from downstairs. Whatever was in his house wasn't just in the closet. James swallowed hard. His instincts screamed at him to run, to get out. But before he could move, his phone vibrated violently in his hand. Another call. Unknown number. His stomach churned, but he answered. At first there was silence. Then his own voice came through the speaker. "James, don't go downstairs. It knows you're awake." Chills raced down his spine. The voice was calm, yet filled with urgency, echoing warnings that felt all too real. He turned slowly to the closet, his instincts screaming at him to run, to hide. The door creaked open, and he could feel a sinister presence materializing, making him question everything he thought he knew. Fear clawed at his throat. He could feel the air around him thickening as if it were alive. He realized with horror that he wasn't just being watched, he was being hunted. With every fiber of his being, James prepared for the inevitable as the creature stepped fully into the light, revealing the truth behind the nightmare. The doppelganger's grin grew wider, and James felt an unsettling connection with it, an echo of his own self, pushing him to confront his darkest fears. "You're not me!" James shouted, his voice shaking but strong. "I won't let you take my life!" The doppelganger hesitated, its facade cracking for the first time, revealing the instability beneath its malevolent grin. In that fleeting moment, James knew he had to run. He pivoted, sprinting towards the front door with every ounce of strength he could muster.